I'm Coach Daryl. Recently, I have joined forces with a nationwide investment community called Renatus. And what I am doing is I am building and training a nationwide team of real estate agents on how to work and with and find investment properties for our investors. Do you remember when you first earned your real estate license? What were your expectations? For some of you, it's quite recently. For others, it could be as far as 15, 20, 30 years ago. But do you remember what your expectations were? What did you feel was going to happen? A lot of people tell me that they were going to help people reach their financial and real estate goals. Others were going to be their own boss. You were going to have control of your time. You were going to have more time for your family. And we were going to make it big financially. Because let's face it, we all know that well over 80% of all millionaires in America are in real estate, right? But what did we discover? First, we discovered that real estate is actually pretty boring. Unless you find a niche that actually excites you, which very few people ever do. Two, next, we found out that real estate is hard. Guys, make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Real estate is hard. There is no natural talent for real estate. There's no woman that's ever given birth to a highly talented real estate agent. It's a skill. You have to learn it. We found out that real estate takes lots of time, effort, money, and pain. Comes to time, which one of us haven't been up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get something done? When it comes to pain, which of us haven't had an escrow that's supposed to be closing the next day, and all of a sudden an underwriter comes in and says that they need something extra, and our chest wells up with stress. We have no time management. We have no family time. I mean, how many times have we ever heard, it's like, hey, I found the perfect house for us. I got to see it today. But my son's got a baseball game. Sorry, son, I have to go show a home. We don't have family time. And why? Because we're at our client's beck and call, practically 24 hours a day. You realize getting your license gave you absolutely no education towards making a living in real estate. As a matter of fact, it's actually against the law for schools that teach you how to get your real estate license to teach you anything that's going to pertain to making a career in real estate. And let's face it, why do we need to know how many parcels there are in a township? I ask that question of a big group of people, and inevitably I get somebody in the back, stand up and raise their hand, 36? I'm like, thank you. I would never have known that if you didn't keep reminding me. And we live deal to deal. I mean, you track down a lead, you nurture it, you go and show them homes, you get it into contract, you get escrow open, you work with the loan, you work with the lender, you're working hard, and then you finally get it into the escrow closed, you got it, the contract done, you get paid, and you're on to chasing down the next deal. Sound like the rat race that we live in? Guys, the average real estate agent in America only sells 6 houses a year. I know a lot of you, I sell a lot more than that, but bottom line is we've all been in that rat race. And we have absolutely no retirement set up. Well over 80% of real estate agents, and I mean well over, have absolutely no retirement set up and no hope for retirement. Most real estate agents' retirement is death. You make your last sale and you've got your last payment. I say they don't really retire or die. I say they become listless. And we have absolutely no end in sight because of it. So what are the benefits that you're going to receive by joining my team and learning how to work with investors? First of all, you will be trained how to find distressed properties and or families that are in major financial duress. You will be trained at how to help these families repair their financial lives, become their real estate and financial superheroes, and make big money doing so. You'll be trained on how to find off-market properties. People say, well, what's off-market properties? Well, homes that are in duress that aren't being sold yet. Guys, as a real estate agent, that's a listing. So instead of farming for a listing, hoping that you're farming an area, hoping that leads will fall out of it within the next 6, 8, 12, 18 months, you will be trained how to hunt for them and find them in a matter of 1 or 2 days. You'll be trained how to work and talk with cash investors. Guys, cash investors close escrow in as low as 10 days. Find a house, get it into contract, close escrow, and be paid in 10 days. You'll be trained on how to literally earn 3 to 4 sides to a real estate transaction per week within 60 to 90 days. People say, Coach, how's that going to happen? Simple. You find a house that is going into pre-foreclosure. You go in, you save that family. You get their credit taken care of by getting the house into contract so it takes care of their home. What's worse, having a foreclosure on their credit or having a bankruptcy? As long as you're working on your credit, I could literally get you a loan to buy a home the day after bankruptcy clears. After a foreclosure, it takes years. And who's going to rent to you if you've had a foreclosure on your home? So you get that listing. You have an investor on the side. So there's 2 sides right there. And then you have it in the contract that the investor will list with you when he's finished with the home. And then you have the homeowner to help them find a smaller home that they could actually afford. There's 3 to 4 sides in 1 week within 60 to 90 days. Why do I say 60 to 90 days? Because it takes the investor 60 to 90 days to fix the home up, get it ready to sell at a higher price. You'll be trained how to build wealth. Guys, wouldn't it be wonderful if they actually taught how to build wealth in America? You'll be trained how to create leverage for yourself. We all teach our investors, hey, own property, own real estate, invest for yourself, create leverage. And then we go and sell our business, which means we basically rent it. But we're going to learn to teach you how to create leverage by using other people's money. So many people tell me, well, I don't invest because I don't have the money for it. We're going to teach you how to use other people's money, OPM, my favorite drug, opium, OPM, other people's money. We're going to teach you how to use OPT, other people's time, OPE, other people's efforts, and most importantly, and the one that nobody ever talks about, is OPK, other people's knowledge. We are going to teach you how to find these properties. Guys, I don't charge for my coaching. I have what I call pay it forward coaching. I have all the services that you and your clients will need to be as wealthy as you want to be. You just need to come get the knowledge from where it is, other people's knowledge. And you'll be trained how to create a high 6 to 7 figure passive income in the next 3 to 5 years and actually have a retirement plan set in place that you could count on. Today's share, I'm going to start teaching you how to find duress properties and families that are in major financial duress. You'll be trained how to help these families repair their financial lives, become their real estate and financial superheroes, and make big money doing so. For example, I have a home that I'm working on right now. They inherited the home. They took out a $115,000 loan against it last year because the house was debt-free when they purchased it. They are $90,000 past due on their home. They're going into foreclosure. I'm going to bring the property up the loan up to payment, which will help repair their credit. I'm going to pay them enough. I'm going to pay them $7,000 to be able to move. I'm actually going to enroll them in Renatus's financial program so that this never happens to them again. I'm putting $30,000 of commission for myself into the deal, and my investor will still profit $120,000 on the home. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. Big money for yourself, big money for your investors, and take care of the people that are having financial problems in the home and help them out. You'll start to be trained on how to find off-market properties. Like I said, off-market properties are just listings. Every one of us has heard of wholesalers, where they go out and they lock the property up in a contract, find an investor, and remarket the house to the investor. Well, the problem with that is if the numbers don't work, they don't have an investment. They have to go on to the next property. As a real estate agent, if the numbers don't work, you still have a listing. And isn't that what our job is, to find listings? Instead of farming for your listing, like I said, you will be trained how to hunt them. And a bonus, you will start to be trained today on how to find renters that make over $100,000 per year. Guys, if you could find renters anywhere in the country that make over $100,000 a year, do they qualify to buy a home? How would that work for your business? And this is the software that we have to help with this. Okay, just give me a quick moment so as I get logged in. Here's the software. It's the Renatus iOS system. Guys, I'm just gonna show you a couple of things. These are some of the homes that I have that I'm working on. We're gonna come down to leads pipe. All right. Right now, let's just find people. And say that we wanted to work, that I live in the Sacramento, Roseville area, Placer County area. So let's put in Placer County. Search. Renters. All of these people over here and their exact address and where they live, they all make an excess of $100,000 a year. Guys, and people ask me at this point, well, can we pull them up? Can we find their telephone numbers? Join me, guys, and yes, I will teach you how to find their telephone numbers too. I can teach you how to find anybody's telephone number and email anywhere in the country for free. Okay, so personally, I would find these people, map out a little area, and go knock on their doors and talk to them personally, because it's a lot harder to get rid of a person in front of you than it is to get rid of a telephone number. A telephone call? Am I right on that? Of course I am. All right, but that's just a bonus. Let's look at property leads. Let's put in Sacramento County. Now here's all these different areas, but now let's come over here and select what we're looking for. Let's go with absentee owners. Why absentee owners? One, because it means it's a rental property. The person doesn't live there, or they're actually supposed to be paying for 2 mortgages. Okay, let's go with foreclosures. And you see the first number, if you'll notice, the first number was 211,000 homes. The second number right here, 69,000 homes. Foreclosures, 2,187 homes. Pre-foreclosures, 61 homes. And now let's look at one that most of you don't know and go zombie properties. What is a zombie property? It's a property that the post office has said that there's nobody living in it, and it is zombied. Now we're down to 4 properties. Okay? So they are in a financial hurt. The absentee owner, bored investor. In other words, the investor hasn't put anybody in it in a while. It's going into foreclosure. The house is free and clear. There's plenty of equity on this property. So long-term owner, wait a minute, and it's going into pre-foreclosure. That tells me that there's problems. That tells me that there's problems with the taxes on this property. And maybe we get a tax deal. This one, a loan to value is 59%. That has great equity in that home. It's in pre-foreclosure. That's over on Lucretta Drive. I know exactly where Lucretta Drive is. That would be a duplex. Grace Drive. Okay, but bottom line, we could go in and set all these properties up. And then if we wanted to, we could actually set a market plan for these properties. Go in and check what we want to have. My leads. Mail campaign. We could set a direct mail campaign. Then they'll set five sendings out of pieces of mail. They'll have a postcard with my information, a letter, and the letters come out handwritten, so they actually get read up to 5 times every week. One will get sent out, so for 5 weeks. And how much does that cost me? A total of $3.16 to have that campaign completely set up and sent out to these people because these houses aren't listed, guys. So it works, and it rolls into deals. And we're going to be teaching you all the different steps that you need to get to these. You want to look at probate homes? You know, everybody thinks that probate houses have to go through court and everything. No, you have to catch them first and get a certain click on their property, and we could get those houses taken care of before they have to go to court. Guys, this is a brilliant software. It has everything that you're going to need to continue. You've got all your contacts, so you have your CRM and everything all set up. Now, obviously, there goes so much more in depth on the training on what the iOS system does. But for now, just realize that's part of the training you'll receive when you join our team. Right now, I am reading a book called Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors. These people right here, James and Lisa Lease, are actually the investors that run the Renatus office here in the greater Sacramento area. On Wednesday, James Lease is going to be sharing with you. He is on the President's Council of Renatus and is a 7-figure earner in the Renatus company. First, he will introduce you to some of our nationwide investment community. You will start to be trained on how to work and talk with cash investors. Cash investors close escrow in as low as 10 days. So you get a house into contract, 10 days later, you're paid. You will start to be trained on how to earn 3 to 4 sides to real estate transactions per week within a 60 to 90 day period. You will start to be trained on how to build wealth. You will start to be trained on how to create leverage for yourself using other people's money, other people's time, other people's effort, and most importantly, when the one that nobody ever talks about, other people's knowledge. On Friday, it'll be back to me sharing, and I will be training you on how to build wealth and use your home as your bank. You'll be trained how to create leverage for yourself using an equity line of credit to pay off your home in less than 1/3 the time, literally saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars of interest. And you'll be trained on how to create a retirement of a high 6 to 7 figure passive income using the power of 3 in the next 3 to 5 years. With very little extra effort as a real estate agent. Over the weekend, you will watch a 40-minute webinar. You will contact me, Coach Daryl, at 916-532-9107. Write that number down, guys, 916-532-9107, after you completely watch the webinar. At that point, you and I will discuss your exact goals and determine how involved you want to be in the training. There are 3 levels to creating your future. Whether you want to have life-changing money, family-changing money where you could change the financial dynamic of your family for generations to come, or you're like I am and have big goals and want to have literally world-changing money. We can help you reach whichever goals you want to attain. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to this video, and get back to the person that invited you, and we'll see you at Renatus or on Zoom on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thank you very much.